We've had a bit of an Office theme this release, with work done on a number of new and existing Office-style suites. Uniform Office and Yozo Office are formats largely marketed in Asia, and KeyView now has filter support for them. We've also extended our support of the iWork Office suite to include subfile and metadata extraction. We've made an efficiency improvement to XLSX and PDF. If a document had an image that was stored once but displayed multiple times, perhaps a company logo in a header, KeyView would extract one version of the image for each time it was displayed, not each time it was stored. This meant it was less efficient for us to extract, but it also meant any downstream processing was less efficient because you would have to process the same image multiple times. We've made a number of improvements to our handling of PDFs in the realm of fonts and encodings, and I'll talk a little more about that in a minute. We've also added another 48 formats for detection this release. Our Python API for the Filter SDK has now had an API freeze. What this means is that anyone using the Python API from 23.4 onwards should expect no breaking changes apart from at the usual major release bumps. It's also now available on the Intel and M-series macOS platforms. We've given it a few ease-of-use improvements and made it more consistent with the other language APIs as well. And as ever, we've continued to apply our third-party library policy and upgraded a number of those libraries. Here you can see the improvements to the Office-like suites. You can see that for Uniform and Yozo Office, our priority has been getting out the filter text, which may include getting out some of the file structure text as well. You'll also see the iWork subfile and metadata support here as well. For all of these, we support all three of word processing, spreadsheet, and presentation graphic variants. Here you can see the PDF improvements that are all related to fonts and encodings. PDFs store their text in two halves, the actual glyph image to display when rendering it graphically, and the Unicode code point to use when copy and pasting or exporting the text. KeyView would ordinarily use the second of these when filtering, but we've found a number of situations where that doesn't work. Type 3 fonts handle things a bit differently, and KeyView now supports getting text out of files that use that font type. We've found that Microsoft's Print to PDF feature sometimes produces PDFs without the correct Unicode information. Last release, we added some functionality to work out the correct mapping, even when the data is missing. And we've extended that to work on more cases in the Calibri font, and also the Arabic Sakal Majala font. You'll see an example of that here, where KeyView is now outputting text that is more accurate even than Adobe Reader itself. One very simple way of hiding text is to convert the font to wingdings. Here, a 4-digit number, like a PIN code, that wouldn't be picked up by any scanners, but can be easily revealed just by changing the font. In practice, these are stored as private use area characters, and Office applications are converting them back to regular text. KeyView used to convert these to question marks, and there was no way to recover the information. Now we output the private use area characters as they're stored in the document, and you could use that information to handle wingdings text if you wanted to. That's some of the new features available in the KeyView 23.4 release. If you want more information, you can read the release notes